What is up, duelists? We just got a new box in the game, and yes, we are bringing back the box reviews. So, is this new box worth going into? You're going to want to go into this box if you're trying to get the Photon support, Gimmick Puppet support, Live Twin support, or the brand new Virtual World deck, or the new Link 4 staple Abawaku. Photons, Gimmick Puppets, and Live Twins all need a whole bunch of other boxes to be able to complete the decks that they are played in. You're not going to be able to play any of these decks just by going through this box, but you are going to be able to play Virtual World just by going through this box. But you're also going to need to be playing the game starting from March 6th to be able to get your Long, which is very important for the Virtual World deck. And you're going to want to play the Wave Duel Scramble event to also get the Yugioh, which is also important for the Virtual World deck. Importantly, Emergency Teleport, which is fantastic in Virtual World, did just get unlimited from the ban list, and around the end of March we are expecting to get a new selection box which may include 2 more copies of Emergency Teleport. So before you invest in that box, consider that possibility that maybe Konami is about to paywall this deck after its release. I do think the deck will be playable with only 1 copy of E-Tele, but it'll probably be optimal with 3 copies. And since this box does need a whole bunch of cards from a whole bunch of other boxes just to complete the Galaxy Eyes, Gimmick Puppet, and Live Twin decks, they might just reprint cards for those 3 boxes in the upcoming selection box. So it might be that this mini box isn't for free-to-play players. Unfortunately, unless you already have the cards for these decks, then it'll be okay. And real quick, I do want to say Abawaku is definitely a good card. However, it's not a generic card. It does require a Fiend monster, so I wouldn't exactly call it a staple. So because of the fact that this box does not have a staple, it straight up just doesn't have any staples in it, this is an easy skip. I'm not saying this box is bad, but if you don't want to go into this box, then feel absolutely free to save your gems. That's basically the rule here. If a box doesn't have a staple, feel free to skip it. But if you like these decks, the support is pretty good. So Galaxy Eyes got a new consistency skill and a whole bunch of cards that can help them out. For example, you can go into Prime Photon Dragon, rank it up immediately into Neo Prime Photon Dragon. This is going to be able to do 1,000,000 damage. Like, he can attack multiple times, gain 1,000,000 attack. As long as he has Galaxy Eyes, Photon Dragon is material, meaning that no Tachyon is not going to be able to play this package. But we also got Afterglow Dragon, great card, important for the skill. You're going to want 3 copies of this. Delta Wing is a 1-card rank 4, which I'll tell you why that's important. We got a new rank to reward, Galaxy Photon Dragon, that takes any 2 level 4s and can search any Galaxy or Photon card. So being able to make a 1-card rank 4 is ridiculously good. Great about Photons is it can actually access a Tachyon package. The skill does prevent you from playing Dragluxion. However, you are allowed to search and summon Primal and search for Transmigration that way. Transmigration doesn't actually technically need a Tachyon to activate. It needs any Galaxy Eyes on the field to activate from the field. And we finally have Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord in a bundle, a generic monster negate, and Galaxy Eyes can take advantage of it better than anyone else because it also has its effect to gain more material and also give you extra searches. So Photon is in there like swimwear, guys. We got Tachyon negate, we got our own inherent negates, and we can go for game for 1,000,000 damage. I will show the other boxes on the screen that you'll probably need to go through in order to complete this deck. It's not that they're bad boxes, but the fact still remains, there's a lot of boxes, and you're probably going to want to go through this box 3 times if you want to play this deck. Gimmick Puppets has gotten its support in this box as well. It's not bad. They're able to get a lot of extension going, and to be honest with you guys, this deck in the TCG was completely designed just to FTK the opponent. But the new skill for the deck does actually completely prevent you from doing any effect damage on the first turn, so you're not going to be FTKing the opponent. But the skill also gives us a new boss monster that says that if a monster is summoned to the opponent's side of the field, you can target one of them and destroy it and also burn them. So that's going to be able to interrupt the opponent when they summon a monster, destroy it, and burn them. But also on summon, it can search for a puppet trap card. That's going to allow us to search for service puppet play, which can take control of your opponent's monsters up to the amount of Gimmick Puppet Xyz you control. We only have 4 zones on the field, so this, if we control 2 Gimmick Puppet Xyz, can steal 2 opponent's monsters. We can also search for Puppet Shark, which can detach a material from any Xyz on the field in order to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and choose one of them and apply the appropriate effect based on the card that you find. If it's a monster or a spell, you add it to your hand. If it's a trap, you can set it and activate it at the same turn. So you could play generic traps in your deck, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, find a generic trap, like Ice Dragon's Prison for example, set it to your side of the field with this and activate it on the same turn. So we got a consistent access to a trap staple with Puppet Shard, or stealing opponent's monsters with Service Puppet Play. Aside from that, I don't really see any other Gimmick Puppet interruptions going on here. It might be good enough, but I do think that turn 1 we do need to be playing a whole bunch of interruptions, and I'm pretty sure Gimmick Puppets do lock you into summoning only Gimmick Puppets, so I don't know if they're going to be able to summon other generic types of interruption. So we will have to wait and see if this support is good enough, but regardless, it is a very expensive deck. Live Twin fans are going to be very happy with this new Link 1. Of course, it is a Link 1, and as is tradition, Link 1s are goddamn broken. So this Link 1 requires specifically a Kiss-a-Kill monster. So think in the context of, let's say, your opponent Effect Veilers your Kiss-a-Kill when it's normal summon, so you don't get a Lilla from deck. So you link it off into this Link 1. This Link 1 can send a Lilla monster from deck to grave for cost in order to apply the following effect, and it's a lingering effect. Each time the opponent responds to your effect, you get to draw a card. So, the opponent tries to interrupt you, you're going to draw a card as a result. Meaning, if they are stopping you from pulling off your Live Twin combo, you're still drawing cards. You're still drawing into your staples, which are essentially what Live Twins are known for. They're known for just trying to draw into staples. But it goes further than that. The Lilla that we send isn't regular Lilla, but Lilla Sweet. Because if it's in your grave and you control a Kiss-a-Kill monster, the Kiss-a-Kill deal, you can special summon it from your graveyard. So that way you can go into your Link 2 into Link 2 combo. But this card is also good to have in your hand because if your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your Live Twin, you can discard this card to negate it. That means if you have this in your hand and the opponent does Veiler your Kiss-a-Kill, you can discard this to negate it. This is all the support the Live Twins get, although they can summon a Baoku. This support is definitely very powerful, but it is still yet to be seen whether or not this support is going to be enough for the deck. It is a very staple heavy deck, so just based on the strength of staples, this deck might become competitive again. We will have to wait and see. I'll put on screen the boxes that you have to go through in order to get all the other Live Twin cards. And don't worry guys, we are definitely making a Live Twin video. Virtual World I think is probably going to be the best deck from this box because of Virtual World QB Shenshen. The first line of text, any card sent from the field to the grave is banished instead. That is a ridiculously powerful effect, and being a generic level 9 synchro, technically Blue Eyes can make this, so you should be very worried. But Virtual World is probably the best deck to summon it. They got a whole bunch of level 6s and level 3s, tuners and non-tuners. Shenshen is the only extra deck monster for this deck that you get from this box. This deck isn't just about its own extra deck monster. You can also very easily go into rank 3s, rank 6s, rank 9s, synchro 6s, and synchro 9s. And this deck can go into Ultimaya Zolkin by using Lili and Lao Lao. And then by setting any one of your back rows, you can make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Shout out to Alexander Pellegrino for subscribing. They subscribed while I was recording, because we do shout out anybody who does subscribe while we are recording. So if you want that to be you, hey, maybe you should subscribe. The fact that this deck can take advantage of the Ultimaya Zolkin to me feels like, okay, yes, this is a free-to-play deck, but it might get paywalled because of the fact that Ultimaya Zolkin might be in the best way to play it, and the fact that Emergency Teleport might be reprinted in a super mini selection box the same way last year was done with Fossil Dig. I know it's a reality that we don't want to happen, but it's the reality that I feel like is very likely to happen. So even this box's most free-to-play deck might not be all that free-to-play, but is it good? Yes, I do think this box is very good, especially Live Twins and Virtual Worlds might definitely make an impact on the meta. Photons has also a very good chance of making an impact on the meta. I am not sold on Gimmick Puppets yet, I might have to be convinced. But how would I rate this box out of 5? 3 out of 5, personally, just because I don't think that this box is very free to play friendly, but that doesn't make the cards in it bad, and this box doesn't have a staple in it, so it's not something that everybody has to go into anyway. So I wouldn't recommend most people to go into this unless you just happen to want to play the decks that this box is in and you are willing to get cards from other boxes. Leave in the comments which deck you are most excited about from this box. I'm most excited about Live Twin, to be honest. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you like the video, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to get notified next time we drop a video. Have yourselves a good one. And I've been Undead from Team 6K, signing out.
Hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the Weatherman. I ain't asking to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon, they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast. For real.